Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, lords and ladies. Welcome to the channel. I'm your liege lord, the Godless Gamer, and today we're continuing our Elder Kings 2 series. This is episode 30, so we're quite deep into this campaign, and we're seeing a lot of success. We've been getting a lot of conquest. That's not going to change today. We're going to get more today. Hopefully more than in the last one, because we're starting to fight wars using claims that we fabricate, as opposed to just using the generic casus belli that the game gives me, like these, Conquer County and all this. So now that we're fabricating claims, we should get things a little bit more quickly. So we're still working on the conquest I got last episode, when we united the two, when we united elsewhere in Valenwood and created this corridor here. We're still managing this. So we have to wait to manage all that before I can get any more conquests. But in the meantime, look at all these green territories where it's going to take like no time at all to fabricate claims. So the plan is, once we're finished managing this, we'll probably get this conquest down here, fight Eldenroot finally, take care of that. In the meantime, fabricating a bunch of claims for all of this. Maybe we'll get all of this by the end, and then we can just fight two simultaneous wars against Vine Dusk and Jodewood, and then we can take this nasty blemish. I was gonna say this part of the realm looks like a brain with like a big hole in it, but we haven't completed it yet. I guess once you unite elsewhere and elsewhere in Valenwood, it kind of looks like a big brain. Anyway, I sound like an idiot. Let's unpause. I'm committing a murder because somebody that I landed was disloyal and I wasn't able to give them a directive to convert my religion. So he's gotta die. And I want to see what my murder count is. How many people have we... actually, not that many. It's not that many. Alright, let's try this again. This was a county that I can't manage at all, so I just gave it away immediately. Not disloyal, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I have some family members that are pinned, because I'm eventually going to create a duchy. So when I manage Verkarth, I need to land a family member here, because they're going to become the Duke of Verkarth. Still waiting for our armies to recuperate. I'm really hoping we get our wife pregnant today, because we didn't get her pregnant last episode. My son just gave me some gold? Thank you. He gave me all the gold that he has. He just bankrupted. It is increasingly clear, from the lowest peasant to the most noble of my vassals, they are all whispering my name. Well, they better be. Why are they whispering it? They should be shouting my name, screaming my name from the rooftops. How many oh, you know, it shows me. I have way more Glory Hound vassals than I do parochial vassals, but I still don't like pissing them off, but I don't really have much of a choice. I'd rather piss off fewer vassals. Oh, there we go. My wife got pregnant immediately. I mean, not much has changed from our previous episode. All the conditions are the same, so why all of a sudden she deciding to get pregnant now? But that's okay. I need to hire a wet nurse as a result of that. If we're going to have children running around in court, I need a wet nurse. And I have somebody else to raise. Let's see if he turns out to be more impressive than this son. Everything is still good about him except the skooma drinker thing. That was the only thing. That's the only bad thing about him. Maybe he has some secrets too that I don't know about. We're going to be stuck in the martial lifestyle for a little bit longer because I want to finish this tree. I want to finish the entire tree. But I was thinking maybe once we can get into the magic lifestyle, I want to get into illusion magic so I can get access to the calm spell. If I'm constantly casting this on my son, how long does it last? 5 years? That's a lot of micromanaging to do, but if I cast this on my son consistently, it will help him not get bad traits, like becoming a drunkard, or like a skooma drinker he is now, so... I can get a lot of use out of that, out of the calm spell. Alright, her aptitude is excellent, but I don't like her personality. Her aptitude is poor, but her personality's okay. I don't like any of them. We still have time before we have a kid to get a wet nurse, so we'll just try again in... a year. Let's improve the damage and toughness of some of our men-at-arms regiments. We have a lot of mages and spellblades, and they get, like, a really nice boost. So we'll do this one next. I don't have a lot of cavalry, and that's what this perk is for, so we can put that one off. I'm going to commission a banner because I have a artificer slot that needs to be filled, and this will bring somebody in. Who's really scary. She's a murderer, a drunkard, she's a lunatic, she's got tickle britch. Oh no, this is the guy. This is the guy I brought in. Still not good. He's blind. How is he supposed to weave something for me? How is he supposed to do his job if he's blind? And my wife just had a miscarriage. Of course she did. It's okay. My wife is still old enough to, or she's young enough to give me plenty of children, and I'm gonna live for like 60 more years, so we have plenty of time to have kids. Hospices. Now, the longest we'll have to wait max is 2 years or whatever, because I spammed all the temples and all the cities all at the same time, so they're all going to finish basically at the same time. But there are some counties where I can build 2 temples, like this one right here, so this is going to slow me down a little bit. I gain the aggressive attacker trait, or I can gain a perk. I think I value the perk more. Who are you waving to? You're in the middle of the woods. He's waving to the birds. The storm of hooves around me, the shouts of mounted warriors, their unyielding momentum. Riding at their head, it feels as if I'm at the head of a force of nature. This, however, is a force I direct, that responds to my every order, that I command as if it was an extension of myself. Charging into the flanks of an imaginary army, my battle reaves never straying from my plan, I know that this is how I bring utter devastation to my enemy. Cool, that's gonna get us to the end of the tree a little bit faster. Hope we keep getting events like that. Dune. Great movie, great sci-fi story. The original Dune movie is kind of ridiculous. With Sting and stuff, and his cod piece. This loyal woman could become my courtier. Let's just focus on the quality of the item that's being made. You're not qualified enough to be on my council, so... Nope. For a second, I thought these were the same county. They're different. Did my wife fall pregnant again? Is my wife pregnant again? My son wants to write a masterpiece? I hear the footsteps of someone approaching me from behind and turn to see Celebrimbor looking all kinds of excited. Father, he calls out. It's done, and my first draft. The manuscript is forced into my hands before I can say anything. A cursory glance reveals rewrites and continuations of other more famous stories. My son's writing something? Does this mean I can make him an artificer? His skill is legendary and renowned throughout the world. Hopefully on her adventure, hopefully she doesn't die, first of all, but hopefully on her adventure, she gives me a trinket that I can use to fill this slot here. Because this is still empty from when I gave my wife the brooch, or the brooch, I pronounce it, probably mispronounce it. The one that boosts fertility, I gave that to her. Maybe we'll get another item that boosts fertility. Yep, my wife is pregnant again. Okay, so we're back to our domain limit. A trinket. I want a trinket. Not a court artifact, please. We should be on top of all of our building projects. Maybe minus a couple. And we have to keep in mind we do have the new holdings that I held on to and elsewhere, so we have to check these occasionally too. How about we switch one of these? I like both of these buildings, but it's kind of redundant. How about we switch one of them with... Oh no, there's already monasteries here. Okay, that should take care of it. Sorry, I know that slows us down a little bit, but every building project helps with my income and... I'll let him write whatever he wants to write about just to improve the quality. Okay, we're burying hatchet. How many rivals do I have left? I have 3 rivals. Can I hire another... Nope, 1 month. Thank you, bringing me another dead wabbit. So we haven't gotten to the county that I need to give to my family member yet. We're making our way there. Let's hold court really quickly. Our groveling session. My wife must be so uncomfortable sitting like that while she's 7 months pregnant. I think I could do something... She's young enough where I can steer her in the right direction. She's pretty impressive. She's got really good congenital traits. Maybe she'll make a good wife for, you know, like a son of mine or something. You never know. And maybe she'll turn out to be a good counselor. I'll raise her. If I'm raising her, she's going to get an amazing education. If they remain my ward until they grow up, I can get a strong hook on her. That remains to be seen, but I'll do it. I'm in a good mood, I guess. I usually dismiss events like that. My wife doesn't help by a lot. Excellent, loyal, not very skilled, but she doesn't need to be super skilled as long as she's good at her job. Alright, the loyal trait sells me. And just in time, too, because I'm about to have my child. We're almost done. I'm gonna have to hold on to the... Oh, she gave me a daughter. She gave me a daughter. And she's pretty impressive. Why isn't the heir of High Rock married? He's 21 years old. Do you think the AI would get him married? Because now that I have a daughter, if I get this alliance, we can get the High Rock alliance back. If I do a matrilineal marriage... I know I've been saying that I won't marry outside of my race, but when I say that, I'm talking about my direct line. The children that are potentially going to become my heirs, you know, and this girl is not going to become my heir. And maybe we can have dynasty members ruling in High Rock if I do it properly. It depends on whether he'll accept a matrilineal marriage. But we'll name this daughter after our wife. Let's raise her. I'll send her to university. How about I give this duchy to one of the family members I have pinned? I'll use my hope to bring her into court, because I want to arrange a marriage for her before I land her. She's got intelligent and acute. I want to prioritize a fertility trait on her husband's side because she doesn't have anything like that. I want to make sure she has kids. Keep spreading my dynasty. This guy's a little old for her. He's a different culture, too, but if I do matrilineal, which I'm going to do... Okay, let's do that. Now, we'll land... Alright, rule well. And let's not forget to give her directive if I have to. Nope. She can't convert my faith because it's already my religion, so we'll have her promote our culture. Okay, war is right around the corner. can unpin her. So now I have this other great-granddaughter who's available. But now she's the heir to things. I chose the other one because she wasn't the heir to anything. I don't want anybody to have commitments already. Because I don't want them holding multiple governorships. I just want them to have one, and that's it. If I had an extra son, if we had just had a really an amazing son, I could afford to land my current son. Alright, that didn't turn out that well. He's not worthy of my court artificer slot. His aptitude is poor. Get out. Somebody's trying to kill me. It's like basically impossible to murder me. As long as I find out about it and while I'm taking precautions, there's like no way anybody's gonna be able to murder me. I'm the best murderer, like, in the world. My murder schemes take 10 days. So now we have to construct this other temple, but now's a good time since this is the last thing we need to manage. How about we declare this war on Eldenroot? And this county that's now all by itself. So we'll get all of this, including this. Do they have any allies? They do. They're allied with Haven, the other half that split away from them. We'll be fine. If we have to hire some of our provincial armies, how about we do that just to be safe? We should do it now before we need them, as opposed to after we need them. And some of these provincial armies are getting pretty strong. I think that should do for now. We just found ourselves a new goblet, ladies and gentlemen. Out of the 10 billion goblets that I've made. We're taking this down. And we're putting this up. And let's see how much more renown we get out of it. 0.3. So we're basically fighting all of the Wood Elf factions that remain down south here. They're all my family members. I usually choose the person that isn't related to me to piss off, but they're all related to me. But this daughter is terrified of me, so I think I can afford to piss her off a little bit. Alright, so my son made something. That should make him a viable artificer, right? I guess not. He wants to write a book about companion animals, so essentially pets. Alright, I'll take a book about pets. The Secret Lives of Pets. Somebody's trying to convert me. Be gone, demon. As I open my eyes in the dark, I'm immediately overwhelmed by an ominous feeling. Is someone watching me? Are you ready to embrace the truth, Feanor? I would recognize that voice anywhere. It must be my courtier, who came out of nowhere, so I might tell him to get out. I want nothing to do with this. Be gone. I take some stress because I'm ambitious. Let's blackmail him and tell him to leave. There's nothing I can do with this. We're gonna be able to jump their reinforcements? Hopefully. Come on. My army is really fast now. And it's gonna get even faster when we get our next innovation. Military roads, army movement speed. That's 6 years away, though. Alright, let's split our army. I think we're strong enough for it. There's the same amount of siege weapons in both armies, so it doesn't matter which one I send. I'll send the one where I'm commanding. We have to prove... That's not a lot of casualties. We have to prove to our men that we can win a battle. The control should already be really good. It is. This is redundant. I gained some dread, though. If I choose this one to improve my practice by a small amount, it's probably not going to make any difference. Because my practice is just naturally low. I've given up trying to improve that. So we won't do that one. We'll do this. The Xarxians chose my son again. That's 3 times in a row. Even with our higher numbers, we still have really good quality, which just goes to show that we've been doing really well. Is he one of the people that's trying to murder me? Yep. Let the traitor be known. I can't throw him in jail. Wow, that was a really easy battle. It's because I'm commanding. It's such a badass commander. I don't know why they're suiciding these 800 men. I could go for the capital, but I think maybe getting these 2 conquests will be enough. Uh-oh. How serious? It's a minor plague. Feanor's Rage. Why does everything have to be named after me? It's not my fault. I do have a bunch of magicka saved up, so we will isolate the capital. And I'll cast Resilience. The best version of it on my wife. And my son. The 2 most important people in my life. They won't get this in time before we get this. Getting these claims is so ridiculously fast. So not that many more, and then we can fight this war and get all of this. That's going to be a lot to manage, because it's like 12 or 13 counties. Alright, we're still involved in a war. Not anymore. Interesting. Whoever was in control of this built 2 castles. This is done. Okay, the game says she's the primary, or no, she's not the primary heir. She's just one of the heirs of the title of Shimmery. She's first in line. So if I give her this duchy, and then she becomes the Queen of Shimmerine, she's going to be the Queen of Shimmerine and the Duke of this, and I don't want that. That's making her too powerful. So we'll just give it to a generic person. I'm a little low on family members who don't have claims already, or who are not in lines of succession. I did check between the episodes. Like, there are people available here. Oh, there's a great-grandson that doesn't have... His mom is the Duke of Bayer. And he's first in line. Why didn't the game say it? Whatever. Long story short, I'm giving it to a generic person. I did land a family member before. I will eventually get rid of this republic, but that requires internal managing. That requires, you know, taking somebody's title away, and I'm not trying to do that right now. Higher priority is getting conquest so we can build the Eldmeri Dominion. But so far, all my conquests we've been doing okay, getting rid of theocracies. Let's check our religion. Our religion is spreading well. Yeah, let's go through all this. Ooh. I could build 3 temples here. This is a large county. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baronies. So we'll start with the obvious city first, and then the temple, and then I could build 2 more. That's crazy. That's 900 renown I'm going to get from that. This county is full. Same with this one. You know what's nice about landing Wood Elves is that because they don't have my traditions and they don't have to deal with cutthroat politics, it's less likely that I'm going to create a Wood Elf vassal that's disloyal, barring me from being able to give them directives. So I don't mind creating Wood Elf vassals. We're not creating Wood Orc vassals. Absolutely not. Alright, not really much I can do with this land aside from this one singular county that hasn't been developed at all. The rest of these people have been filling the baronies. See, another one. All these counties I can't do much with. I think the Imgins or the gorilla people will give it to a high elf in that case. I don't want any gorilla vassals. If you're a non-elf, you don't qualify. So there's no need for me to create the duchy title yet because I still have to manage this. And I'm not there yet. So only one county out of all of those that I get to benefit from. So even though we get to make 900 renown by building 3 temples, it's not that much in the grand scheme because we're not getting anything else. We're not getting any other temples built. So the 3 temples that we're building here makes up for the fact that we didn't get to build any in the rest of this. So, not bad. Still glad we got the conquest. So we do have a truce with Elden Root. I want to see how long it's going to be. 4 years? Another one of my rivals is dead. Does my son have a journal? Did I give him a journal already? I didn't. I don't know. The question is, would that journal help him at all? How devoted is he? What's his level of... He's faithful. He wouldn't get much learning out of it. I want to give him something that helps with, like, stress gain or something. Ooh, a health boost would be nice for my son. Just in case he ever gets sick or something, that would help him. Right, the plague is still here, but it hasn't penetrated my capital. And it is just a minor plague. I do need to fight South Weald at some time because they have this county that I need to take, but I don't technically need that for my next wars. So we're like 3 years or maybe 2.5 years away from fighting our next war because now we don't border any of this, so it's going to take longer. Maybe it won't take as long as we think. I'm running out of artificers. He's still kicking. He's been at it for a long time, but I needed to replace them. I don't need it legitimacy, so we won't give her that task. I think that artificer, he's getting lazy now. He knows that I'm gonna sponsor everything that he offers to make, so he's just like, I can afford to make a piece of crap. Because of course he's gonna sponsor it. I recently upgraded all these temples. can usurp a duchy title. Yeah, sure. But I don't need it right now. Don't think we're gonna get our next legacy. Spotted fever spreads, another plague. Right here. Why do all the plague... It seems like the plagues just are focusing on the Somerset Isles. Actually, I don't need to... Yeah, I don't need to isolate my capital. That was unnecessary. Sorry, I'm juggling like 5 things at once here. Stop writing books. I'm gonna give him a... Is that what I have him set to? It is. Let's switch him to weapons and armor. I need armor and stuff. Stop writing books. It's the last one I'm letting you make. Men-at-arms counter efficiency plus 25%. It's gonna be helpful. So we're almost done. Three temples. I think that's the most we've ever gotten to build in a county. Three more claims. And then we'll declare that war and win it, or both of these wars and win it, and that might be where we wrap the episode up. I suppose since I'm just waiting, I don't have any stress to relieve, but there's a hunt right nearby. One of my commenters did mention that there's a chance to leave with your wife during hunts, and that's true, and I knew about that, but just been so focused. But we are waiting a long time right now because we're waiting for 3 claims that are going to take a while to finish, so we'll spend our time wisely. Let's do a falconry hunt. I hardly ever do those. There's no legendaries, so yeah, we'll do a falconry hunt. Can I seduce my wife? We're already soulmates, so I probably can't. Yeah, I can't. Can I befriend my wife? Is that murder scheme still going on? Oh, my dog just died. I am gonna choose this. The last time this happened, the last time my last dog died, I didn't get this. But I might have... Oh, no, I think I replaced the item that I was originally gonna replace. How about we take this fearsome fox hunt down, and we'll put Mara's pelt up. I value that knight effectiveness. My religion has united Valenwood and Elsewhere together. Alright, we're doing a really good job spreading our religion. If I really wanted to, I could break up with my wife as a soulmate, and we could do the seduce scheme spam constantly. It's not essential, though. I think giving my daughter a stewardship education would be helpful. I don't think I would get a lot of use out of a marshal, so we'll give her that. Got us a little closer. Alright, I probably shouldn't have destroyed this duchy title when I did, but now I'm ready to give it away. There is a special building here. The Gilvardel Ruins, but they're in ruins, so these are debuffs, or these are penalties. So there's no value in that to me. Okay, now we're just waiting for the claims, and we're gonna fight our war, and be done with it. High King Lord Randor's court now speaks Cyrodiilic and made their decision prove folly. Is that one of my vassals? I don't think that was one of mine. We can end the capital isolation now. I had a strong hook on this woman. I got money from her several times in her life. But I do need a court poet. Stress loss is useful to me. Hey, my wife actually has like a smile-ish on her face. She's always got like a sour face. There you go. There's a little bit of a smile right there. Maybe she's having a good time. What do we want to appeal to? Her active side? Her compassionate side? She's not compassionate. Her diligent side? Her stewarding side? I don't think she's active because she's shy. Let's go with stewarding. I think I won her over. Alright, we're friends now. Ooh. I turned to see my mistress of the hunt's foot trapped in the mouth of a bear trap. Don't worry, my dear. I got you. Yeah, that's right. I got another available ritual slot when I... Counties and characters may be protected from hostile spells through magical means. For characters, this is caused by the ward ritual. While for counties, this is caused by a special building. Okay, so having ward active, it is pretty expensive in terms of magic income. But it'll protect me against people casting spells. But what was I going to do? I was going to cast Mend Wound. It's not great, but there's something that I can give maybe my son? My wife hasn't had any stress problems. My wife doesn't have any negative traits, so she must not be dealing with a lot of stress. So I won't give it to her, I'll give it to my son. He should have plenty of... Yep, he has 2 available slots. I'm checking for some riffraff that have gotten in here. Perfect example. Somebody who considers our religion evil was in my court. Okay, just one more claim to go. Get a weak hook on this little girl. I don't think I'm ever going to use that. She's the girl that I agreed to raise. It's not her fault that she's a bastard. She's the bastard of some pretty impressive parents if she got those congenital traits. Now she became a journaler. I wish this happened to my daughter, and I hope this happens with my daughter. My son is an experimentalist? That's new. That's good. That helps with stress loss. So let's hope that Skooma Drinker is the only negative trait that he gets, because he should have no problems with stress as a result of having this and this now. And then the items that we gave him. He's in the magical focus. He's going down the restoration tree. That's all he's done with his life. That's the only thing he's done so far. Okay. Let's check alliances. That's internal. I'm not seeing where this is. Neither of them have really good alliances. Alright, this is it. This is how we're gonna end it. And this should be really easy. Go straight for the capital, because it's right on the border. Let me guess, you want to make another book? Nope, he wants to make a throne. Alright. How about I refresh my Atronach? Let's give her patient first. Eleanor is abuzz with the talk of a haunted mansion, its dilapidated form casting a pall over the surrounding streets. The local lore is rich with tales of the undead presence within, a spirit claiming lineage to the house's original builder. The tale suggests the spirit dwells in the attic, its ethereal chains rattling most loudly in the dead of the night. The locked doors are but a minor hindrance. The true challenge lies in confronting the undead. It moans of ownership of a house belonging to the dead and warning for the living to shun this haunted place. The city expects a resolution, and the peace of Eleanor must be... Oh, this is happening in my capital? I have plenty of piety that I'm not using, so we'll use that. Why? Is it because of the high development? Is that why it's constantly spreading in my realm? But this is like the third or fourth plague this episode that's broken out in the Somerset Isles. How do we want to improve our sun? Stewardship is what he lacks the most. We'll do that. Okay, this is one of those ominous events that is warning that something bad might happen. I might fall off a ship. I think we've gotten a couple of those events in this campaign, and none of them have come to anything. I only see this one army. Oh, here's the other one. We should begin fabricating claims against this stuff now. We're too fast for them. We'll do a little bit of managing before I wrap up the episode. Like right here, I can't do anything with this. Alright, I'll wait. Wait till the war's over before you start doing that. Actually, maybe I should just get some of the ones that I see. This is a city holding. The castle is here, but I have to revoke that so I can move capital here. And then give that away. This is another county where I can build 3 temples. Temple, temple, castle, city, temple. If I start the building projects now, they'll be under construction, so we won't have to wait as long. I think the throne I'm on gives me... Oh no, the one I'm on isn't that impressive either. The new one is slightly better. That one person is the ruler. So we're literally 13,000 men against the ruler. Can he hold us back? Nope. Uh-oh. Alright, my wife keeps taking over this land. And my youngest son took it over too, and we don't want that. We don't want Feanor to be our heir. We want him to be our heir. Must be in the same realm. Get your ass back here, kid. Look at all this spam. That's so obnoxious. Information overload. I need a new physician. Let's hire one first. As long as this guy converts, he would make a good knight as well. Alright, this is a another foreigner. This is Somebody who's not a part of the Aldmeri Dominion. A Nord? I like how the larger power was easier to defeat than the smaller one. I think I want to do a legend eventually. Maybe once I'm done conquering the Aldmeri Dominion. Because that would be a great time to start a legend. Right after I achieved that. Okay, guys. There we go. I'll manage this as best I can behind... Oh, no, we're still fighting another war. No, it's going to be invalidated like all of them are. There we go. Now, there are still some conquests I have to get in northern elsewhere / Valenwood, so we still have like a couple of counties. Yeah, I think these 3. But I'm gonna have a lot to manage. What the hell does Falkreath have a land all the way down here in Cyrodiil for? House Indoril, who's been really powerful for a long time, they're losing an independence war, so somebody's gonna successfully split away from them. So there we go. It's looking more brain-like. And we're over our domain limit by quite a bit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get all of this in one war because there's too many counties that aren't on my border, and it's just going to take too long to fabricate all these claims. So we'll get as many as we can. And we'll fight a few wars, maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 3. And then we'll mop up the rest. Like, we still need this county from Leowin, but I've been delaying that. I also need this. Leowin took another piece. I think last episode I said this was the northernmost point in Elsewhere, but that's not true. This is... We are so close to forming the Aldmeri Dominion. We only played like 8 years worth of time, and look how much we got. I was very slowly getting concerned that we wouldn't be able to form the Aldmeri Dominion in Feanor's life, but that is no longer a concern. We're definitely going to be able to do it. No problem at all. 1 episode at a time. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, we need to adopt a puppy. Another female. Our patron is still Mara, because I'm getting that fertility boost from Mara, so let's name this one Mara. I think my last one was Mara, but I'm noticing we keep getting female pets. Okay, guys, I'm not going to play anymore. I guess we'll deal with prisoners. Let's do that. Get through the spam. Okay, so just one more perk to get, and we finish the strategist. I did see in the spam which I'm surprised I noticed, but we finished one of our fascinations. We finished military roads, so we have to choose something new. Development growth plus 10%. Let's do coinage. So now my armies are 10% faster. Alrighty, lords and ladies, that's going to do it for today. A conquest-filled episode, which are some of the best episodes in my opinion. We did have another child, but it was a girl. It wasn't a boy. But my wife is getting pregnant. So we're going to need to have more children eventually, but we're okay. My son is still safe. He's accumulating some pretty positive traits, like experimentalist, that's fine. He's only 38, and his lifespan is 260, so he's like a toddler still. Alright, we'll manage the rest of our conquest like we did at the beginning of today's episode in our next one. But behind the scenes, I'll go through things and, you know, manage some of these. Like, this is a good county to get rid of because I can't manage it at all. I just give this away. Not to a goblin, though. Alright, this is the only one I'll do in front of you. I've got more to do. I'll go through everything. But, pretty good episode. Very successful. Getting a lot of conquest is always good. We're over our domain limit by quite a bit, but that's not a problem. Anyway, lords and ladies, thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that as well. Hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Episode 31 will be coming at you soon, but until then, have a good one, guys.